Alright, I think we're live. Oh, we're live. Do you believe that we are live? Oh, geez, that sun is bright in my face. What we're gonna do is just audio test. And if this test passes, it means we're live and everything's working. All right. I'm using a microphone that's a little further away today because I want you guys to be able to pick up all these little crunchy sounds. All this ASMR that exists. So I'm also just going to make sure my... Yeah, the audio does sound a little like ass, but... Anyway. I left my Runescape client alone too long and my thing logged off, so just give me a second to come back in. Yes, I want to save the broadcast, start, and RuneScape. And today what we're going to be doing is training crafting. You guys missed the super fun stream yesterday. We went out into middle of nowhere and found just an absolute truck ton of obsidian. I'm going to go get a paper towel before I make a complete mess. Alright. I'm also gonna keep some things organized as best that I can. But once I start to get disorganized, everything kind of falls apart on these streams. And in game, we're just gonna be hitting sapphires with a chisel, which is actually not too far off what we're doing right now. Believe it or not. This is probably one of the closer streams in terms of like actual parody to what I'm doing in game. So, you guys remember the streams yesterday? We have all these like, I'll show you real close, these midnight lace obsidians. Look at this thing. Look at kind of the way it catches. This is a midnight lace, and I forget exactly what they call it. Bro, what is the cosmic whatever name for the obsidian? The spacey one that I can never remember what it's called. Okay. Brooke's just not paying attention. She's out there listening to her podcast or something, so. What we're gonna do to clean these up, the first thing you do is for these smooth surfaces, I like to just hit them with just soapy water, because soapy water kind of tells you what you're up against. You can see we got these bands. Don't have any real color to worry about. I can see if somebody was trying to hit this, and they've left some fractures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to clean off the backside as best as I can. And this never quite goes as well as like those clean chips. Sometimes you can get lucky and this is just surface level dirt. I'll show you what we're going to do if we can't get past this. Oh, so it's mostly just surface level dirt. Okay, we're going to get a bunch of them. Alright, this one might be a little easier than normal. So anytime you have just like those surface level scratches, what you can do is you can just take like baking soda and just like put baking soda on top like this. And then you want a damp, but not like soaking wet sponge, and then you're just going to grind the baking soda down. And since it's a smaller piece, I have to be careful not to crack it. But the baking soda is actually very hard. Even though it's soluble, like water soluble, the actual crystals are very hard, and they're good at getting softer material off of harder material without scratching it. Let's see if we can use this trick to clean this little sample. Yeah, look at this. Okay, now we're cooking. See, look, we got all that like grime off, so now you can see the other side of it. I'll try to hold this up to the light. Look at this. All the way it's letting the different bands of light through. I really like this one. I'm glad I saved it. It looked kind of bad coming out of the ground, but it actually looks really nice now. Alright, so that's one of them down. Cleans. And I started with the easiest one. Most of them are not going to be the nice and straightforward, unfortunately. So I think one that's also going to be pretty easy is going to be this one over here. So the challenge I'm going to have with this one is it's not super translucent. If you see, it doesn't let much light through. And this backside is really rough. So what we're going to try to do is clean up this backside as best we can, and hopefully that lets light through. If it doesn't, we're going to have to go with a different strategy. So, obviously the first step, just to get like, yeah, this is not going to let light through at all. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. You know, there's an old saying, you can't polish a turd. If this isn't going to let light through, it's not going to let light through no matter how much we polish it. It's like the rock itself is opaque. Yeah, you missed the fun stream yesterday. The fun stream, we were just going around, like, in the middle of nowhere, collecting all these really cool pieces of obsidian. And now I'm trying to see how many of them I can turn into something sick. This one, I think, is actually just going to be a throwaway piece. I don't know how much nicer I can get it. I mean, like, we can get a cool polish, and we can get all these, like, iridescent bands to pop a little bit better. So that might be worth my time. I'm also going to clean up this backside. But the big problem is the rock itself is opaque, so it's never going to, like... You know when you hit obsidian with, like, a backlight? It just looks so nice. We're never going to make this obsidian look like that because the rock itself is pretty rough. Let's say my crafting level is... Good question. Let's see. I don't think I'd feel comfortable making a leather body. Could probably make gloves. I couldn't make boots. Boots are 7, I think. So let's say 6. Let's say I'm between 6 and 7. I don't know how that number always pops up.
18.
Thanks, Brooke. Hey, Brooke, look at this one. I was able to get all the backside cleaned off, so now...
I thought you were going to do this outside.
I'm not going to grind them inside. If I do any grinding, I'll do it outside. But look, I was able to get, like, the backside all polished. I'm just using baking soda for the polishing for now. If we have to grind any...
Okay.
But Brooke, what are these bands called? The not midnight lace ones. The ones that, like, are not colored, but irradiant. Remember they were called something like... It's not Aurora Borealis. What are you calling it? Or was it Aurora? No, Aurora is the multicolored one.
I think he was calling it Feesy McGeesy.
That's actually a really excellent point. That was not translucent. I tried my best to polish it down, but like it's not. It doesn't let any light through, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it. I really want to polish the one that's potentially fire, so we can get a better look at it. Is it this one? Yeah, it was this one. Hey! Let me polish it up first, and we'll hit it with the light. I'll see if it's... radiate this one.
What if you poop on it
No,
instead?
I love you, Brooke.
Are you using... Okay, let's not get it on the table.
I'm doing my best to not get it on the table.
Is it soap or is that the baking soda?
This is just soap. I'll show you how I do the baking soda. Do you want to join us, Brooke?
No, I'm gonna go take a shower.
Okay. We're polishing up the obsidian we found on yesterday's stream. We're making it look like actual nice gemstones instead of just rocks you pulled out of the ground. Let me know how much explaining you guys want me to do in this process right now, because if you guys just want me to shut up and like clean the finds and show you the finds when they're done, I am more than happy to do that. But if you guys are like curious about how, so like here's where we're starting, right? We have this piece. I see what looks to be a fire obsidian band in here, and fire obsidian is extremely rare and extremely valuable. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to make sure it is actually a fire band, and then we're going to try to get to it. But, yeah. So basically what I need to do to clear this out is I need to take baking soda. Here, I'll give you guys a little tutorial on this. So I'm getting the soap off. Oh, by the way, I have water behind me. Soapy water and not soapy water, so that I can switch between a wet sponge, damp sponge, and soapy sponge. Come on, GoPro, come back. So I'm going to damp sponge mode, which is just a little bit of things. And then I pick a face I want to work on. So I'm going to pick on this face right here. Then I'm going to put a crazy amount of baking soda on it. Like that much. And then with the damp sponge, hang on, let me chop some more sapphires real quick. Problem is, crafting training is really fast in games, so I don't have too much time to AFK. And then you just kind of get all the water out. We're going to work the powder down into the rock. And what's really cool about baking soda is the crystals themselves are very hard. So if you can put enough powder that it doesn't fully dissolve into the water, it makes these extremely fine, extremely hard crystals that move around with the water. I'm going to need more soda because I dissolved most of mine. And it's these crystals that are going to like shred down the rock. Yeah, there we go. See how I have like this little paste now? And leave behind a really nice face, hopefully. And they're going to do it without letting in a bunch of scratches. The reason you can't just take sandpaper to one of these is because if you did, the sandpaper would make all these microscopic scratches, which would then like distort the light. And it, you know, in principle, the baking soda is doing that too. It's just the scratches the baking soda leaves behind are the size of like, you know, individual salt crystals. So impossibly small scratches, and the light waves just go right through them. One of the problems you have polishing obsidian is the rock itself is sharp, so it tears up the stuff you use. That's why I use kitchen sponges instead of leather for this step. Like leather would polish it down a lot quicker, but then it would just destroy the leather. Brooke, are you okay? Hang on, Brooke. I think Brooke got hurt. I'll be right back. What's up, Brooke? What'd you do? She's okay, chat. She just dropped something on her foot. Hold up, is there a loop over here? No. I didn't get the free drop party. There's like 10k on the ground that I didn't notice. Anyway. Back to polishing our rock. Where were we? This face, I think. Yeah, we were on this face. So let's put this face in the water and let's see if we made any progress towards. Yeah, so you'll see we got the nasty part off, but there's no glass behind, which is kind of a bummer. So where is my gradient? Where do I really need to polish this up? Of course, like the sun is behind the tree at the worst possible time. I'm really hoping to be able to like use the sunlight to really, you know, catch all the angles and find out how to polish this. But the sun is not going to cooperate with me today. Okay. So I'm thinking this one's worth grinding down. So let's go. All we're going to do to grind it down, we're going to use the sandpaper. And this is, here, I'll show you. This leaves behind scratches, unlike the thing, but... I want to get past this, like, first layer. And I know I'm taking off huge chunks of it right now, but right now I'm just trying to get past that, like, there's like a opaque layer that I need to get off before we can make any more meaningful progress. Yeah, which layer? Next. Or 50 cents. Oh my goodness, come on, let me cut this out, please. Dude, this is tearing up my sandpaper. Not nearly as good as I was hoping it to be. I'm gonna try to rinse the crap off, maybe it'll hold up. I really need to get myself a real rock polishing set. That way we can do this properly with, like, you know, a real diamond plate thing. Problem is, I don't have enough space for another stim device. It's even worth our time. I don't really know if it's worth the time. I feel like I'm just gonna burn through more sandpaper and not make any progress. You just need to grow a pair and chip this open and see if there's actually fire underneath all this. I think there is. But without the sun anymore, I don't really have a good way of knowing. You need like a really bright light source. Go get a shop light. You know what? We'll put this one on hold for now. Let's go work on a different one. One that doesn't require as much effort. Just require one that requires washing and polishing. Like this one. This one's gonna be nice. I think a shop light would just... Yeah, let me go grab a shop light real quick, chat. I'll make the whole setup look a lot nicer. Alright, we got my brightest shop lamp. Doorbell to point it right. Oh. Over here. Come on. There we go. Look at its brightness. Okay, now we basically have our own portable sun. Oh god, it's pointed right at me. I do not think these things through, chat. Just pointing right at my freaking face. But look at this thing now. Okay, now it's too bright. Okay. So we need the shop lamp to be more vertical. More off center. Yeah, probably like here-ish. I think it's just positioned against this. Come on. Hang on, chat. You guys are gonna have to tell me, by the way, if this is shining in your eyes. Because we're about to unleash the brightness. Okay, let's see how this looks on camera. Oh god. That's just washing out all the color. Okay, it's the right idea, but it can't be pointing that way. Maybe pointing down like this. But not attached to something super flimsy. Experimenting, chat. That's pretty heavy. There we go. Okay, how does this look? No, it's still pointed, washing out the camera. Yeah, there we go. That's nice and bright. Alright, this should hopefully let you guys see the colors at least. And it should actually help me with my work. Okay. Get this cable out of the way so I can actually play Runescape. Move, cable. Okay, thank you. Where the heck is my soap sponge? Here we go. Okay. So this one I know is... Wait, which one's the cool one? This one's a really cool one. I think this one's going to be okay. No promises on this one. But if we can get that one to shine like the other one... By the way, here. Now you guys should be able to see this. And like the ethereal... Like that kind of whitish blue glow. That's what this one's going to be. This one's going to be that silver sheen, but a lot stronger. And a lot less opaque. And honestly, not my favorite. But we picked it out of the ground, so we're going to clean it. So as always, I'm just doing a first pass with just soap. I'm trying to figure out what parts of this are glassy, what parts of this are rocky. Thanks, boss. Real talk though, don't subscribe unless you actually want to watch it. That number means nothing to me. I'd much rather have people here like watching and chatting than having a number go up. But I do appreciate you watching and chatting and giving me good feedback. And also, frankly, recognizing the effort. Because so many people, whenever I go on like these things, you know, these little distractions to try to show you guys something cool, people get frustrated sometimes. I'm like, I'm trying to give you guys quality product. Yeah, so this one's not going to come out very good unless we start chipping it. And the reason I'm saying it's not going to come out very good is because I can see that some of these flakes, Some of these flakes are going to pop out nicely, but the actual rock itself is barely letting in any light. So this is going to be another solve later. I want to get to this one. This one was my favorite one I found. And maybe this one was my favorite. I like this one. This one is rainbow. And it's a decent sized piece of rainbow. I was going to say it's a huge piece of rainbow, but if you watch the stream, somebody found a 100-ish pound block of rainbow while we were there. So I can no longer call any of my finds massive, while that guy's out there running around with just these giant chunks of it. But anyway, so what's cool about rainbow, and you'll see this after we do this first pass, is unlike the other ones, it's actually letting light down into those sheens. And if you get lucky with the type of sheen, rather than just bouncing back white light, it'll occasionally bounce back some purple and green light. And that's the difference between the... I forget the words. One of them's like moonlight or something. Some kind of like astrophysical name. I can't remember what it is. That only bounces back white light, while the rainbow also bounces back the red and greens. So I'll really try to get this one good on camera once I get it all polished up. But it also is a lot clearer than the other ones. So if you guys will notice, like, you can actually see kind of into it, and that's what's helping the light go down into the veins and actually scatter instead of just ending on the surface. What I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to talk through the process just in case someone finds it interesting. But since I probably don't have very many viewers, if anybody just wants me to shut up, you know what I mean? If somebody wants me to just stop talking and just start grinding this out and making it look really nice, and like they want the RuneScape ASMR, just let me know. Otherwise, I am just going to kind of yap for a bit. Alright, gotta get some sapphires. I really wish I knew a way that was like fast XP in RuneScape, doesn't lose a ton of money, but also is like more AFK than the sapphires. Anyway, our big problem is this face. So I'm gonna come show you a little closer. See this face, how it's like all covered in dirt and not letting any light through? If it was like this face, these sheens would shine a lot better because light would be entering through this angle and diffracting into them. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to polish this up. Now, because it doesn't seem super deep, we're not going to use any sort of sandpaper or any sort of grinding stones. What we're actually going to use is something you find every day around the house, just regular baking soda. Now, the cool thing about baking soda is the crystals of baking soda are actually really hard. Like, that's not something a lot of people realize, but baking soda is a salt. And all salts have a hardness. And since baking sodas is particularly hard, if you can super saturate your solution, which basically means you have more salt than the water can actually dissolve, you end up with this like slurry of partially dissolved salt holding together undissolved salt. And then if you press that into the rock, it'll polish it with like an impossible grit, like a grit that would not be attainable without something like tin oxide polishing dust and stuff like that. My big problem for this is that this face is actually kind of obnoxious. The way we get the powder on is we just kind of do this. And I'm not good at this, I will warn you. I'm a lot better at walking around with a heavy backpack and digging stuff out of the ground than I actually am at caring for the rocks and making them look nice. But yeah, I'm just trying to create like a little powder without dropping too much of it. Thanks, Brooke. Oh, I'm dropping way too much of it. Oh well. Let's just start rubbing. But I did like that. You should do it more often. Okay, Brooke. I love you. I am actually alive. Thanks, Brooke. Okay. I love you very much, Brooke. You can actually, guys, if you look closely, you see all it's turning brown because it's like removing that dirt layer. That's good. That's what we want. In theory, oh god, I'm gonna get stuff all over my phone, aren't I, here? But in theory, once we remove everything, we should have a nice semi-translucent black layer left on. All right. I think that's about as good as we're going to get. Let's see how it comes out. So, good news is I got rid of part of the layer. Downside is I did not scrub long enough. Look, we still got quite a bit of work to do here. But you can see how it's slowly grinding down that rock layer, which is what we want. Well, then the only thing we can do is get back polishing. Dude, could you imagine if I turn this into a business at some point in the future and like I have to justify to my accountant why I have so many expenses for just the most weird stuff, like kitchen sponges? Yeah, actually, Mr. Taxman, the kitchen sponges were a critical business purchase, along with the 6 boxes of baking soda. Oh, by the way, chat, here's a fun fact. You know, I was talking about the baking soda is actually really hard before it dissolves. That's why it's such a good cleaning agent. Because it'll literally scratch the shit right off of your like kitchen counter, but it's not hard enough to scratch the counter. Or if it does, it just polishes it instead of scratching it. Does everybody keep commenting about me being in Oregon? I don't get. Like, I get that we're the best state. Washington losers. That's... Brooke, we really should get a rock polishing apparatus. A little wheel to do this faster. Oh my god, this layer is not coming off, chat. This layer's stuck on there. And this is a really nice piece, so I don't want to use the... I could try flaking it. Flaking it's risky, though. Chat, you want me to take this outside and try to flake it? And possibly cut my hand open? Translation, who wants to see me get hurt? In game, pretty high. In real life, pretty freaking low. I feel like I'm losing XP doing this. Could just keep it like this, honestly. Just cut my losses. I don't know, chat. I'm deciding because this is by far the nicest rock we found while we were out there. So I don't want to destroy it, but I also do really want to make it look nice. So I'm thinking if I could just flake this edge and flake this, it would probably look really cool. But my worry is if I start flaking it, any of these fracture points are just going to go. Then I'm going to kind of be not having fun. You know what I mean? I think it can go south very fast. I could try flaking a piece I care less about, like this mahogany. Mahogany's not even really worth polishing. It's just kind of... I was going to turn this into arrowhead stuff, so actually we're going to keep that one. That one's going to be IRL fletching training. I'm also going to go get a new rag, because this one's getting too wet. The non-pretty one, got it. The microfibers. Brooke is very insistent I don't use her nice ones. I use these instead. Oh, god damn it. Alright. I honestly don't know why I'm training crafting this high. I don't think I need it to be very high. Let me go check the skill requirements real quick. I need recipe. Disaster. What's my quick crafting? 40. Chat, I think we overshot a little bit in the crafting training game. But I'll keep going just for fun. What fletching do I need? I might just actually start mapping. 10 fletching. Never mind. Okay. Smithing's gonna be the annoying skill. Okay. Just clean up. Why do we keep this? What do we see in this one? This side has a bunch of layers? Oh, this one. I remember this one. I think there's fire in this one too. But it's going to be a little hard to get to. So. Yeah, honestly, I might just lamp smithing. I'm going to be honest with you. Because it is boostable, right? Yep, boostable. So I'd realistically need 36, and what do I have? 29. Because XP from quest rewards doesn't count, obviously. Hang on, let me just see how much I can actually get quest rewards for the remaining quests. Because I pretty much have to lamp the 25, what's it called? 25 herblore. I have I cannot think of a single way in real life to train herblore that's legal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, in Oregon, I legally can farm weed, but I'm not gonna, like, do that on stream for obvious reasons. Okay, RFD, I get 1,000. Crying Times, I get 1,000. Hero's Quest and Giant Dwarf, I get 5,000. Between a Rock, I will not be able to do. Elemental Workshop 1, I get another 5k, so it's already over 10k. Elemental Workshop 2, about 12.5k. Sleeping Giants. Yeah, actually, I don't think I ever need to train smithing. That's a relief, because that would be a horrendous one to train. That'd be like... I don't even know what I would do. I'm genuinely a little worried about that. Because it's needed for Family Crest for the Barrow's Gloves. So you need 40. How am I gonna get to this? Chad, do you want to see me attempt mapping? I'm dead serious. Again, like, I cut my fingers quite a bit last time I did it. So it's probably just gonna end up with me getting more cuts. And you guys are gonna have to go outside with me. Yeah, I think there's fire in there. I'll tell you what I'm seeing. If you look really closely here, oh, you guys, it barely registers on the GoPro. Hang on, let's see if I can get it to focus. No, do you guys see this, like, just to the right of my thumb? That little, like, iridescent green and red? I think that's a layer of fire obsidian down in there. So, the thing is, fire obsidian forms between layers, which means if you can get just the right hit, it's called mapping it, it'll crack right along the layer and give you a really cool fire obsidian finish. But if you do anything wrong, it just explodes. It's so finicky. Here. I'll go try it real quick with just a little... And do it with a screwdriver. Allegedly. So first we're going to... Basically... I gotta figure out what things I need to crack to get down in there. Because it is a pretty big layer, actually. I don't need to... I get it. I have to first figure out where the crack's orientation is. And then kind of like push into it, and it hopefully just cracks. Nope. This is a really bad chat. You always want to push away from the crack too. Just to minimize. Yeah, let's do the set. Let's have some fun. Let's have a bad idea together. Let's experience the joys, the great outdoors. Got glasses. Oh well. We're gonna attempt to map. And my prediction is that this is gonna go horrendously wrong. But that just makes life all the more fun. So. Go. So you see how I made a chip down to that layer? Now in theory I can pry it backwards like this. So this is where you can easily cut yourself. There we go. So now we're getting closer. Oh. Like that.
Why?
I'm gonna wrap up around 9 and I'm gonna come back inside. I'm not mapping this very well. I don't get it. But this is fire. Look right there. Notice how it's at the top layer now. So that's actually a fire layer. It's not just a refraction in the inside. So I gotta get down to that. You're like right there. Yeah, so that is fire.
Is your bubble fire?
Okay.
Okay, so no movie.
No, I'm gonna go back inside and clean up more stuff.
I'd like to wrap up before 9.
Okay. I would like to wrap up before 9 too. There's a starling. Okay, that's enough of that. I did promise. So the good news, chat, we did confirm that this is actual fire obsidian. It's not just an illusion.
Do you like
Oh my good. Oh my goodness, there's a moment happening.
getting nervous?
That means that this one that was found in the same area is probably also a real fire. I was gonna see if I should end stream, but there's actually 7 people watching, so hello, my silent friends. Let's, you know what? Let's try to get. Bad idea, chat. Let's see if we can actually get this open. And get me some more fire obsidian for my collection. Because it's only that layer, right? Alright, so I can break this one. Man, I really wish I knew how to do this. You want to try, Brooke?
Michael!
Sure.
You're not supposed to do that inside.
Okay.
No.
I'm catching them all here.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're absolutely not.
Alright. Well, I'll just go back to the wieners then.
I told you not to do exactly what you're doing inside.
Okay.
Now there's glass on the floor. You're gonna have to vacuum.
Okay, I'll vacuum it up. Look.
Very slow.
I am very slow. Okay. We can just finish this one up, and then I'll end the stream. Yeah, this one actually came out pretty nice. It's like fully translucent. Good fun. Yes, Brooke, that was the last one. Alright, well, I'll be back around the same time tomorrow doing something a lot more fun. I can promise you that much. Something far away from the house.
We're gonna do something. We're gonna.
You said you didn't want to tomorrow. To the well? Okay. We're gonna go look at a well, chat.